Paving this shit crank.
Hello, family. We got another story here. It's a California hotel owner. He is charged with allowing prostitution to take place in his establishment. And this comes out of the good old city of Bakersfield, California. Now, let's go. Over the course of 2 years, police across California investigated seemingly unrelated crimes and disappearances. Teens from the Bay Area who'd allegedly been abused by their pimps and branded with tattoos. A woman from the Central Valley whose 3-month-old baby was kidnapped to force her into sex work. A 14-year-old girl who ran away from home in Los Angeles County and told a family member she was making money tricking. For those that don't know, tricking is the same thing as prostitution, okay? Prostituting, to make money. These women and girls were from different areas, different backgrounds, ended up with different men who were eventually identified by police as their exploiter slash pimp, is what they should have said. But they all had one thing in common, according to authorities. When they turned up, it was at the same place, the Desert Star Motel in Bakersfield, California, whose owner and general manager now stand accused of essentially running a brothel in plain sight. So they had it going on, you know. So I guess if you was trying to book a hotel for yourself there, you might not have been able to, especially if the prostitution was that deep, you know. In court records filed Monday morning, the motel owner, Jatin Bahai Narish Bhakta, that's all I'm going to say, and a man who allegedly worked as a manager and handyman, Roy Jean Dries, were charged in federal court with facilitating the promotion, establishment, or carrying on of unlawful activity. Prostitution, you guys. Sorry. In this case, sex trafficking. The charging documents allege that Bhakta's phone showed evidence he communicated with hundreds of people who were responsible for placing nearly 30,000 prostitution ads online. Good gosh, this man was a busy guy. The charges were the result of an investigation that started in March of 2019, led by Bakersfield police, and included undercover work, a pole surveillance camera, and dozens of interviews with women and girls who were allegedly trafficked or agreed to prostitute at the motel. You guys, excuse me, I said hotel. According to a sworn statement by an FBI agent, special agent that is, the hotel appeared to authorities to primarily cater to prostitutes and their potential clients. Wow. And that it was rare to see someone using the motel for legitimate overnight residency. Like I said, you wouldn't be able to get no room there because they doing their thing, you know. So basically, all the rooms are full. If you called, authorities wrote in court records that the motel was well primed to be a brothel. It is a line of about 25 rooms with a single entrance and exit to its parking lot off South Union Avenue, which is protected by a large iron gate. Some, if not all, of the room windows are covered with bars, which one alleged victim later remarked scared her because it eliminated an escape route if she was attacked, which is true. You know, she couldn't be able to bust the window out and climb out and run for help. Depending on the time of day, it is not unusual to see most, if not all of the room's door wide open with suspected prostitutes in lingerie standing outside, waving to drivers and approaching their vehicles. FBI Special Agent David Hunter wrote, prospective customers will park directly in front of the room of the prostitute they choose, at which time the prostitute will either direct them into the room immediately or meet the customer outside to arrange a deal. This is bold. This is bold, bold, bold. Excuse me. The investigation came to a head last week when a team of federal and state authorities raided the hotel, rescuing 16 people, making 3 arrests, and recovering 3 guns, law enforcement official announced a January 22nd news conference. It probably should have said added, you know. Stories of some of the missing teens, a woman whose baby was allegedly kidnapped, and other suspected human trafficking victims who turned up at the motel are spelled out in the charging records against Bakhta and Dries. In May of 2019, officers in Merced investigating the disappearance of their two teen girls there worked with wait a minute investigated in May of 2019, officers in Merced investigating the disappearances of 2 teen girls there worked with police to track the girls' cell phones to the motel. Okay, there is a typo. I thought I was tripping. When the girls were detained for a police interview, one of them identified her pimp as Diamond or Big Daddy and said he also went by D. That was evident by a tattoo on one of the girls' face, the letter D with a crown resting above. So you tattoo her like she. Okay, let me mind my business. Because I got a lot to say about how he likes somebody to tattoo his AW, you know what. The girls later told authorities that they traveled throughout California, including Los Angeles and the Bay Area with Diamond. They stayed at the motel for about 10 days and were trafficking every day. He kept the money but gave them food, clothes, and weed. Okay. According to Hunter's statement, the girls told police he wanted them to make around $500 a day, but didn't seem overly concerned if they failed to make the quota. During one 3-day span, they bought him $10,000, they told the authorities. Okay. He is something else. All of these pimps are stupid. Diamond was later arrested at a hotel in Antioch and identified as Darnell Edwards, according to court records. He is facing federal sex trafficking charges on a separate docket, court records show. In another case in January of 2019, a woman arrested in a prostitution sting identified her pimp as a Fresno man who kidnapped her 3-month-old son to use as leverage against her in order to compel her to continue prostituting against her will. That's some cold mess. Hunter wrote, the man and another alleged prostitute were later arrested on kidnapping charges, according to court records. 1 month before that, authorities raided a hotel room to rescue a woman who had allegedly been kidnapped from another part of California, according to the complaint. So they just snatching women, just what people were saying, they just snatching women off the street and forcing them into, sex trafficking to make money because they too damn lazy to go get a job of their own. Last December, a 14-year-old girl ran away from home in Los Angeles County and allegedly ended up at the motel where she told her sister a man named Jamal had been pimping her there. Hunter wrote that the girl told her sister she was making good money through tricking and that she was uncooperative when police attempted to interview her later that month, according to the complaint. So apparently she liked what she was doing, and if they like what they're doing, then there's nothing you can do. You could take and rescue them, but they'll always run back and try to find that pimp or another pimp. This is something that's been embedded in them. Those pimps brainwash them and break them down. Also, in December of 2020, a 17-year-old girl was allegedly assaulted and raped during an argument with her pimp, who dressed her down about sleeping instead of facilitating dates. Part of that confrontation was reportedly captured on a surveillance camera installed on a light pole near the hotel. And I'm not going to I'm not going to do this word. Okay, another trafficking victim allegedly asked for Bahakta help Bahakta's help taking the girl to the hospital, but he responded that he did not want to get blood on the seats of his car, the complaint alleges. But you'll take the money, and you probably saw this man whoop the crap out this girl. In an interview with police, one alleged victim, identified in court records only by her initial, which this newspaper is not publishing, claimed Bahakta charged a special fee for rooms being used for prostitution, while he asked for identification when she tried to book a room. He didn't press the issue when she refused, and therefore never discovered she was underage, the girl allegedly told police. So he took the money, and she said, I'm not giving you no ID. And so, because she was doing the prostitution, sex trafficking thing, he just took the money. So they called her, the girl said that Bahakta would lay down the rules of the motel, which stated that if girls got into fights with each other, they would be kicked out for 3 months. If girls got beaten by clients or their pimps, he would do nothing, as that was part of the game, Hunter wrote. The girl, who claimed not to have a pimp, stated that another man had tried to barge into her room and demand that she pimp for him. When she complained to Bahakta, he told her to get a pimp or get a gun. She expressed concern that she couldn't escape from the room if somebody attacked her because the back windows were barred. This dude is something else. And with that name, you know he's foreign. So how is it that these people can come over here and just, just ignore all the laws of the land? They make it so easy for these people to get away with these crimes, and they both need to be in life without the possibility of parole. Even D, as they call Big Daddy, Diamond, whatever, all these pimps need to go to prison without the possibility of parole, because they're doing things to people that are heinous and humiliating and damning. So you guys just, leave your comments below and let me know what you think. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell, so whenever I upload a new story, you will be the first ones to be alert. I cannot believe I'm going back up to the top. You got to be very watchful when you're in a hotel. You guys, before I end this story, if you're in a hotel and you suspect that somebody might be in trouble, such as sex trafficking, human trafficking, you don't have to get involved, but you could possibly do a anonymous call and put the call in. You guys don't just ignore it. It could be somebody looking for their loved one and don't know where that person is, and you're talking, it's not my business. What if it was your daughter? What if it was your niece? What if it was your cousin? What if it was your sister? What if it was your mother or your homegirl or something like that? And you talking about, ain't none of my business. Yes, it is. It's everybody's problem. So you guys, until next story, I hope you guys take very good care of yourself and be vigilant and keep your eyes open, okay? I'll talk to you later.